gloves on. All right, let's do. Let's talk about magnets just a little bit here. I stumbled upon this dude here while cleaning other stuff, and this is a fully magnetized little Space Marine guy here, or maybe not fully, but close to fully. I realize there's a lot of question about magnets, so let's try to break down some of the simpler things, just give you like the basics of what you need. So a couple of things before we get started here. With the magnets, the first thing is get the proper tools. Okay, this thing here, if you don't have this is like the best magnet thing ever. Mine's all trashed. I've had it for like 20 years, but this little drill here, it does the work. So it's a Tamiya hand drill. It's battery powered, and it lasts forever, and it drills everything, and it fits with like all of the drill bits and everything. So you just buy whatever, and it works. This saves you all the trouble, even if you're not into magnetizing. Just drilling out like these little bolter holes over there. Drill that shit right in, pew, and you're done. I realized I picked a Marine that was not drilled, but that's okay. So this thing will save you a lot of trouble, and then tied into the drill, get the proper drill bits. Okay, I'll let you in on a little secret. The 1mm one, the standard one with every like jeweler's drill or hobby drill, or call them what you want, is 1mm, and this is the size of paper clips, and paper clips are the best thing ever to pin stuff with. So the basic one, the 1mm, is the good one for paper clip size, so you get all that jazz with this. But then when it comes to Marine, let's pull out little Space Marine Steve over here. So Space Marine Steve here with all of his accessories. He has, I think it's the 132s. Come on, focus up, camera. We're putting this camera to the test here. Is it gonna work? Come on. I know you want to. Maybe lower. Come on, focus on Space Marine Steve, camera. Oh shit! Oh, there we go. Space Marine Steve in all his glory. So you know this is just a regular guide trooper, but then the magnet here in this hand is 132, I think, 132 of an inch, or even 116. But even then, get the drill that's the proper size, and then what this allows you to do is just to switch weapons real fast. And by real fast, I mean there we go. Boop. So just a little weapon right there. So that's kind of the first thing, is get the proper drill size, and then the second thing is make sure that you always drill in the same options, right? So if I had like if Space Marine Steve here had a buddy that we'll call, I don't know, Space Marine Mark, make sure that Mark and Steve can just swap between weapons. So this plasma gun could fit both Mark and Steve. That way you kind of save yourself the trouble of figuring out, you know, these are Steve's gun and then these are Mark's gun and whatnot. Okay, so that's kind of the. And how you do this is you just keep like one gun, and then you use this one for every single magnetization that you do through your army. You just magnetize it so that this fits, even if it's like on something that should not be, like a guy has like a weapon here, whatever. Like you just try it with the proper, with your little test weapon. That's like the one for the entire army, because otherwise then it gets really confusing and frustrating, and then you lose kind of the purpose of this whole thing. Next thing is also very similar. It's what you need to think about is where do you magnetize, right? So this is a good example of like having options. So in this case here, having the magnets in the hands and the arm makes a lot of sense, because they're all the exact same size, right? Every weapon so far, it fits both this wrist and this hand, but this is not the case. But this is not the case for everything. So it would be a good choice to magnetize the entire arm as well. If you do that, however, you need extra arms and extra shoulder blades, because then you know you're not gonna magnetize the shoulder blade to switch shoulder blades, because then like your guy is not like a G.I. Joe real action hero. And you don't want to do that. It's like super time consuming and everything. So that's kind of the second thing, is think about what you want to magnetize. And also, third thing, set yourself limits and set yourself like a reasonable thing. For example, one of our That was hard to say. One of our viewers on the chat is whose nickname is Wookie Kahuna is magnetizing raid guards, and raid guards are terrible to magnetize because the close combat weapon variant and then the shooting variants use different arms, and for that means that if you wanna you need to kind of magnetize the arms at the shoulder plate. But also when it comes to the weapons, then you're kind of stuck because your close combat guys, they both have either a shield and an axe, or double swords. And now you're kind of boned, because then that's like a whole lot of magnets in a very short space. So you kind of have to think forward. And then the same thing of things like granites. Like the granites box is like a true test of, like, it's going to test your will to live. If you start magnetizing that, there's so many options. And then, you know, if you have these Marines with the ones that are gripping their weapon with two hands, and then you have one-handed options like the falchion, and then it becomes like another kind of a problem, or some guys looking a little weird. So you have to kind of like pace yourself, or think ahead of exactly what you want to do, because otherwise you end up like buying 1,000 magnets and somehow running out, and then, you know, you've spent like hours upon hours magnetizing and drilling, and then you have nothing to go for. So really think about what you want to do overall. Well, I guess it kind of ties in, but like don't try to overdo it. Like you don't need to magnetize every single Marine in this case. You know, getting like one little guy here with all these weapon options. You don't really need more than 1 per 5. Okay, there's no point in having all of my little Space Marine Steves all drilled out, because you only get one melt-a-gun per, I don't know, 3, 4, 5 guys, unless you're playing these like specialty squads. So and then even then with the new intercessors, they don't have that many options. You really only need to magnetize the sergeant, so you're kind of good to go there. And yeah, and then I guess that's as well a good thing is like 3D printing goes a long way in terms of like getting extra bits and kits. So that's also a good option to consider, is looking for these 3D or third-party bits to kind of supplement what's given to you in these little kits. Oh, he's got even the combi. Look at that overachiever guy.